I just don't know if there's going to be enough pressure put on Patrick Mahomes to actually get that done, and if Russell Wilson is going to be able to keep up. So small lean toward Kansas City, but it's not one that I feel confident in at all, and I'm actually angry I have to watch this on a Sunday night. We don't need the Giants on Sunday night. Enough with this nonsense.
If you're a dog player going back to week 13.
1 minute, and we have him.
It's the favorites around the NFL since week 13 of last year had this incredible run. We're talking about NFL closing favorites this season of 4 points or more are 12-0 straight up. Going back to last year, week 13, they're 64-7. There are 7 of those spots this week. I would think there would be some opportunities for some teasers.
Yeah. I think you could do that. I think so. If I remember correctly off the top of my head, the 3 teams that I pointed to that were like the danger ones were the 2 NFC South teams, that's the Falcons and the Bucs. And then I think the obvious one, too, is the Ravens, just because of the quality of opponent they're facing, the Detroit Lions. So if those 2 teams go down, I think that's going to be something where you can play into them. I'm not the biggest fan, especially with how much teasers are, to not play them unless you're getting through those 3 and those 7s, considering how key those 2 numbers are. But I think either way, you're going to be – I called for chaos last week, and we almost got it. I think this might be the week where we eventually get it. The shoe has to drop at some point.
There he is, John Von Tobel, his weekly spot on ESPN Las Vegas. Always joins us on Sunday mornings. He was the host of the Sunday Football Preview Show. All right, time to go out to D.C., go behind the patch. Adam Hill, another former host of the Sunday Football Preview Show, is on the road. Raiders, Commies. Adam, how is D.C.? How has it been so far? How is the weather?
It's great. Good to be back home, Steve.
Yes.
It's good to be back home. I'm doing that for our friend Paul Gutierrez, sitting here making fun of the fact that I've lived everywhere. And obviously, Maryland was an old home of mine. So good to be back. I think, recognize a lot of people. It was great.
All right, give us a big storyline, the details here. Jane Daniels gives it a little bit of a run on Friday. You said it was very much in secrecy, though, and then the determination's made that Daniels out, Mariota in.
Yeah, obviously, I think it's a big loss, certainly. Jane Daniels is explosive and dynamic and everything that he can do. We know what he can do out on the field, but Marcus Mariota is a very capable backup. There's a lot of teams that would have a real problem going to the backup. I think the Commanders are at least respectable going to Marcus Mariota, and he's got something to play for. He's got obviously the Raiders on the other side that he played for before. He's got his old college coach Chip Kelly, who recruited him to Oregon, the Raiders OC. So a lot of familiarity out there. Jeremy Chin, the Raiders safety, went up against Mariota last year and practiced a lot. So they know him pretty well, and he knows them. And I think he's going to get out there and give a very respectable performance. But solely the long-term future of Jaden Daniels is the concern for the Commanders, and they're trying to keep him healthy. But that'll be a big storyline for sure. But I don't think the game loses that much in terms of competitiveness for sure. I think it makes it closer and it gives the Raiders a better chance to win. But the Commanders, have a decent enough backup to not be too panicked.
It's funny how the football worlds in Vegas will collide sometimes. Both the UNLV fan base and the Raiders fan base are like, why aren't we using our primetime premium back more? Now, in the case of the Rebels, it's Jet Thomas who's really producing, and they want him to get more carries. In the case of Ashton Genty, I think it's more of a, hey, let's get him in a rhythm here. Do we see? And did the coaches address this? Did Genty talk about it? Offensive linemen talk about it? They don't have a decision in play calling, but do we see Genty go out there, get 16, 18, 20-plus touches?
Well, I'll push back a little bit. They do have a decision in play calling. If they block better, then they'll run the ball more. I think that's kind of part of it there. But, yeah, I think they want to run the ball. They want to establish a run. They want to get the ball to Ashton Genty. I think that there were some things he did individually that made the team go away from him a little bit last game. But it was also game script a little bit. I mean, he ran the ball a lot in the fourth quarter, week 1. He did not run the ball very much at all fourth quarter, week 2, because they're behind and they're trying to catch up. So it's a little bit different. I think they want to be right in the game or ahead. They want to be able to run the ball, establish that. But Ashton Genty has to do his part. You can't run the wrong play. You can't miss split pickups. You got to be able to be on the field, and they got to be able to trust you in order for that to happen. So that's a big thing to watch. But yeah, I think Pete Carroll said 20 is kind of a magic number. They want to give the ball 20 times. They want to get the run game going. But they're going to have to block to be able to do that.
Adam Hill behind the patch in D.C. getting us ready for Raiders and Commanders. That's coming up at 10:05. Number sitting steady at Commanders -3. Even the total is 43.5. Along that offensive line, just go a little deeper on JPJ and Al Kappa and Jordan Meredith. Also, DJ Glaze has struggled at right tackle. What's the mix going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think JPJ is, he's active. I think he was right back in the starting lineup. Alex Cappa was not great last week. And JPJ does give them that, that kind of attitude, the toughness, the nastiness that he brings, and that could help in terms of getting the run game going. But he wasn't great either in week one. DJ Glaze, you mentioned, struggled. I think Jordan Meredith struggled snapping the ball a little bit. There was the one really bad snap that just hit him and dropped down to the ground. But also some inconsistencies in the snap where Geno Smith has to reach for the ball and that throws off the timing of the play. So that's something to watch, and that's before he even starts blocking, which hasn't been great this year. I think it's pretty clear, based on 2 games and short sample size, but Jordan Meredith seemed more comfortable at guard. He was performing better at guard, and maybe that's something to look at in the future. But I don't know. I think that there are some complicating factors that could be in existence, and we're trying to kind of sift through a little bit on the offensive line potentially, but they need to figure it out.
On defense, the defense has had its moments. I thought it was pretty solid last week, aside from the 60-yard pop to Quentin Johnston. Most important thing, is Max Crosby happy? Because we know in the preseason he maybe wasn't and complained to George Kittle, and then George Kittle went to the media and had this weird diatribe about the Raiders defense, allegedly. He is playing a much different role. I love the role he's playing, and I think he's incredible in it. Can you talk about the role, and is he happy?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think he's thrilled necessarily, but I think it will. This is what you refer to. I mean, they're moving him around quite a bit more, and they've also dropped him into pass coverage more than he ever has. I think what the idea is with Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll and everyone else there is you got this super athletic player who can do a lot of different things. It helps, throws the offense off. It makes them think a lot more if he's moving around doing a lot of different things, and then you can get him in space a little bit to just be able to make plays. I think in his mind, he's like, I just want to put my head to the ground and go every single down. And that's not how they're using him. So it's an adjustment period, I think, for sure. I don't think there's any question about that. Last week, only 1 pressure from Max Crosby. It's not something we're used to seeing, but he did impact the play pretty big. Didn't get credit for a forced fumble, but did get in the backfield and kind of make the running back panic a little bit to force a fumble. I think he will be much better in this role at some point, but I think right now it's definitely an adjustment period.
Adam Hill on the road in D.C., Raiders and Commanders preview. Before we get him out of here, though, he's the longtime host of this show, the Sunday Football Preview Show at Westgate at the SuperBook. You always gave a pick of the week, so give me a play. What do you like today?
Hard stuff. I've hit a couple of tough games with the way that they've kind of fallen late in the game. Some brutal heartbreaks late in games here that I've talked about. So I think I'm worried about the Steelers defense. I don't know what's going on there. There's kind of some disarray, but I think a way to get healthy if you're the Steelers defense is to go against the Patriots. So I think the defense figures some things out today. A short favorite, they win on the road.
Wow. Okay, that's one of my sides, but it's making me nervous. I'm nervous on a lot of these sides. A lot of people are on the Rams against the Eagles. Now I'm starting to get a little worried there that the Eagles are going to take care of the Rams pretty easily. You have a take on that one?
I think it's a really good game. I'm intrigued by it for sure, but I didn't love either side there. I do think the Eagles are a better team, but the Rams are doing some nice things. And so I think right now, maybe later in the year, I might even like the Rams more as they continue to build that chemistry as long as Stafford stays healthy. But the Eagles, I think, are out to prove a point today about the whole league talking about them again and trying to change the rules against them.
Read the paper, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Check out Adam's tweets and stories throughout the game. You can find him up on Twitter at Adam Hill, LVRJ, and LVRJ.com. Adam, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the trip. We'll see you.
Thanks, man. Enjoy the show.
Adam Hill, Sunday Football Preview. We got another 20 minutes or so. That means John Murray, the boss of the book, is in just a few. Got $20 bucket special. Also, when you sign up for the mobile app, you get a bucket. So they really want you to sign up, and I want you to sign up because I think it's the easiest way to make bets. The SuperBook app here at the Westgate. And remember, they're now offering parlayable futures, which is very cool. As we roll on, John Murray's up next here on the Sunday Football Preview.
Hurt in a car crash? Don't settle for less. I'm Carlos More Money Morales, and I fight to get you every single dollar you deserve. Insurance companies know my name, and they know I don't back down. You focus on healing, we'll handle the rest. Call 702-781-4848. We don't play, we get you paid. More Money Morales, injury law.
love the fact that I can find out how much I qualify for at Dollar Loan Center before I need a loan.
Let's say you don't quite need a loan today, but you do every so often, and you really just want to find out how much you qualify for and how it works.
Exactly.
We do this every day at Dollar Loan Center, and the customers really dig it. We offer this free of charge. We process your application, let you know how much you qualify for, and then you're ready to go if you do need a loan down the line. And all of this takes less than an hour.
Brilliant. DLC lends up to $5,000 in minutes, and you can get your cash in person at one of our 70 over the phone with one of our helpful, real staff members. You're going to love Dollar Loan Center.
Licensed by the Financial Institutions Division, subject to approval. Patients may apply. See website for details.
Friendly Ford says yes to tailgate season. Over 800 vehicles to choose from. Yes to trucks starting at $28,500. Friendly's talking Mavericks, F-150s, Rangers, Super Duties, and more. Yes to 0% on select vehicles. Yes to top dollar for your trade, paid for or not. When others say no, Friendly Ford says yes. Decatur and US 95.
Friendly Ford, you get more. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions.
Got him now.
951-6464. That's 800-951-6464.
Back to the place to be on a football Sunday, the Westgate SuperBook.
John Murray knows it's the place to be. Time for some chit-chat, and then Sharps and Squares.
Did Adam Hill write that promo? Is he the one that labeled it the place to be?
He did, and then Patty has stolen it for years now. It is the place to be.
The place to be.
John Murray with us here at Westgate SuperBook. He's here because he works here.
Yes.
I don't know if he wants to be here. He loves the NFL, though. He loves the NFL. Real quick on the college front, how'd you guys do yesterday?
It was okay. It's kind of a mixed bag. You know, the one that really the people love hearing us complain when we have bad luck, the books. I think they're going to like this one. Oklahoma landing 7 was brutal for us, and they're up 22-17. They get a safety to win the game by 7. That was very unfortunate for us. There was a lot of heads shaking in the back room after that one, Steve. And then we didn't do well in the Miami game. The Miami game was not good for us. Miami, very impressive. They're very impressive. I thought the wild game in the morning had to be UNLV, Miami of Ohio. We actually did need UNLV. That was a good result for us. We got a little fortunate on that one.
Oh, my God.
But we'll take it, man. We'll take it. It was a mixed bag. It wasn't. We had a very good Saturday last Saturday. The one before that was not so good. Yesterday was just kind of one to forget. But good volume, some good games.
I'm standing down on one end of the field kind of watching the final field goal attempt, which was going to be a 57-yarder by Miami of Ohio, and I look up. I'm like, oh, my God. The holder just dropped it. Didn't even give the kid a chance.
No.
I didn't think he was going to make it anyway, but to not even give it a chance. And I swear, I think he was out. The holder was outside maybe like 45 minutes after the game. His parents were consoling him. I was like, man, that's rough.
Well,
It's not a locker room you want to walk into after back and forth. I know, but you can't tell the locker room like we're not going to make it anyway. Like, when do you make a chance?
Well, I'm just saying it wasn't exactly Tony Romo in the wild card game in Seattle.
No,
it wasn't an extra point. But no, I'm sure that kid. But the critical play was the ball being punched out on the fumble.
Amazing.
Because Miami, Ohio, very likely would have been able to either force UNLV to use all their timeouts or run the clock all the way down. That really was. Miami of Ohio was probably going to win the game.
They were going to win.
Until that play.
They were going to win. Great play.
That play was that significant.
Yep. Great recovery. All right, NFL board. Colts are now 5.5 against the Titans. We get into too bullish on the Colts, and where are the sharps on this one?
Colts, big time. They played Colts early in the week, -3. Yesterday, we saw sharp money come in on Colts -4. Public is on them as well. Colts are at every money line parlay. We've talked about that. The book always needs one of these 4, 5, 7, 10-point favorites to lose. Love to see it be Tennessee today, but yeah, the sharp guys are definitely on Indianapolis.
Is there a sharp play on the Panthers +4.5 against the Falcons?
+5.5. Yeah,
okay.
There was. Earlier in the week, we took a bet Carolina +5.5. Atlanta's in some of those money line parlays we're talking about, but not as much as some of the other bigger favorites.
I thought Browns-Packers would result in the number coming down, but it's 7.5 even right now, Packers.
So early in the day, obviously, but right now, Cleveland is our biggest need of the week in the NFL. Green Bay, moneyline parlays, teasers, Green Bay minus the points, whatever you want it. It's a smorgasbord. Take Green Bay. Now, the book needs Cleveland big.
Are you setting records for teasers? Because, let's see, the Bills won the other day.
Yeah.
Favorites this year of 4 or more straight up are now 13-0 and 65-7 going back to week 13. You must be getting pounded by teasers.
We're not doing well. Look, we're really not doing well in teasers or moneyline parlays. And the one thing about this is that we always need one of these underdogs to break up all those bets. Last week, of course, we thought we had it after the late touchdown pass to Malik Neighbors, but it wasn't meant to be. I'm skeptical of those balls they're using, Steve. Did you see the Indianapolis game?
What's going on here?
They're playing for a 61-yard field goal. They're playing. They're like, no, we're good. We're okay. We're good right here. 61 yards. Luckily, they get the penalty. They win the game. But there's something about these balls, man. I'm a skeptic.
It's like baseball.
Skeptic. Yeah, the juice ball.
I was ready to come in on Monday and just rip Shane Steichen, UNLV guy, a new one. I've never seen anything like that. Just jamming it into the line, playing for a 60-yarder, trying to get some yards.
He should be ripped. I mean, you can't always look at it just based on the result. He was very lucky. He should be criticized for that decision. It was ridiculous.
Wow, very strong takes from John Murray. I don't know if it has anything to do with monies being won and lost.
No, we didn't have a big decision on that game.
You're objective. Bengals and Vikings. Vikings are 3, battle of the backups.
So I'd say that one, another one, we've seen really sharp money on the favorite on Minnesota. Interesting matchup. I don't know that you downgrade Minnesota too much with J.J. McCarthy being out, but you certainly have to downgrade Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. The sharp guys are on Minnesota.
ESPN Las Vegas, Sunday football preview show. Football Central opens here in about 12 minutes. Smoke-free theater. 1,500 seats. The betting window's right there. Full bar, great breakfast and lunch specials. Rams and Eagles. I feel like a lot of people are picking the Rams here +3.5.
They are. The Rams, we opened this game 4.5 7 days ago. Saw sharp money come in last Sunday night on Rams +4.5. More money came in at +4. We're down to 3.5. Finally, we get a good 10 a.m. game, man. It's the best 10 a.m. game we've seen by far through 3 weeks. Should be a good one.
I'm intrigued by the Steelers and the Patriots. Even with his Jets run, I'm very much a Aaron Rodgers stan. I thought the Steelers would have a good year. They kind of cracked my confidence last week. I didn't enjoy that, but Patriots are getting one here.
Well, you gotta question the Steelers a little bit after seeing what happened to the Jets in Week 1. We at the time that seemed like a good win. Then we saw the Jets last week. The Steelers lose to Seattle at home a week ago. Not really any sharp money to report either way on this one. I don't think people even know what to do with this game. Too many question marks here. I like Drake May. I think he's going to be a pretty good player in the NFL.
Texans a sharp play against the Jaguars, getting 1.5.
They were +2, yeah, and +1.5. A very similar bet. Houston, they had it 1 last week, and then they lost it at the very end on Monday Night Football against Tampa Bay. Jacksonville should have won too. That egregious pass interference call on Travis Hunter, or the Jags would be 2-0.
John, who's a better team? Broncos or Chargers? Denver's getting 3. Bo Nix has not been good.
I would say the Chargers are better. I don't think the Chargers have any kind of a home field advantage at that stadium. I think there will be probably more Denver fans there than Charger fans. But all I can report is what I see people betting here. 2 very respected groups played Denver +3 at the Westgate. So what does that mean for today's result? Well, we'll find out this afternoon. That game will be on sound in the International Theater this afternoon.
Nice. John Murray on ESPN Las Vegas Sunday Football Preview Show. I laid the 7 with the Seahawks. I'm very much a nervous Nelly with I think this is a big spread, but I don't try. It's a good one, right? I don't trust the Saints. Kellen Moore, nice job at Rattler, but this has got to come. This has got to fall apart here.
It's just funny to me to think somebody's nervous about a sports wager.
Which I barely bet. There's no money at stake. It's my reputation, John.
You're going to be sitting on the chair watching. I'm sorry.
Focus.
I got some nerves about that one because I did use Seattle in one of my Survivor contests, so I'm with you there. I can tell you, I'm not trying to make you even more nervous, but we did see some sharp money on New Orleans +7.5, and I'm in that camp. I've been impressed with Spencer Rattler. I thought he was going to be terrible, and he hasn't been. He has not been terrible. He actually looked pretty good last week against San Francisco.
Bears Cowboys.
Yeah. So this one is the biggest two-way game of the week. So there was Monday. There were some sharp syndicates on the Bears. Game gets to pick 'em. Then we had some sharp money on Dallas late in the week. We got to Dallas 1.5. We've settled this morning at Dallas -1. It looks like the most heavily bet game of the week. And wouldn't you say 2 teams with a lot of question marks? I mean, Dallas probably should have lost last week. Chicago had a big lead on Monday night, week 1. They blow the game. They get crushed last Sunday. There's got to be a lot of pressure already in Chicago.
You'd have to imagine it's going to be high scoring, and I'm sure we'll see a 21-17 game, but total's 50. Niners, Mac Jones is back. Was that a one-game bump? Can he play good football with Little Shanny and his offense? 1.5 against the Cardinals.
Played well last week. We did see sharp money on Arizona +2.5 even. Some sharp money this weekend on that side on the Cardinals. Cardinals are 2-0, but they've played a pretty easy schedule. So we'll see what it looks like here against the Niners.
Chiefs going to rip the Giants? What are bettors thinking?
The bettors are on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs need to, because don't forget, they've got Baltimore looming next week. But expect moneyline parlays, like we talked about earlier, are all going to go to Kansas City tonight, and then some of them probably go to Baltimore tomorrow.
Football Central, locked and loaded for 9 o'clock. The app, you still got the bonus with a bucket of beer, right?
Bucket of beer, and when you sign up, and don't forget, Thursdays and Mondays, they do dollar beers. They do $2 hot dogs.
Man.
$200 VIP booths, $100 VIP pods every Monday, every Thursday.
I don't want to out someone, but there was a dog having a real good time last week in one of the pods. Hanging out with Mitch Moss and some guy who used to work for ESPN.
You can't name names?
I don't know.
I brought my dog in here yesterday, Mario.
Oh, look at you.
He likes to hang out.
They're dog friendly here.
He likes to hang out with the staff.
Okay, we got less than a minute. I never know what time these shows end. I do so many shows. I'm like, what, did we just go until 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Georgia, Alabama, Penn State, Oregon.
Yeah.
I think expected to open. Where do you think it's going to open?
I think.
Where you guys? Well, you're in a sports book, so you
guys are working on it right now. But I think you're probably going to see the home teams opening up around 3-point favorites, 3.5-point favorites. Really good. There's another. What's the other really big game next week? Isn't there another really good? Earlier,
it was USC Illinois.
Ole Miss LSU.
Ole Miss LSU.
Ole Miss LSU in the afternoon. The only thing I don't like about the card is you've got those 2 first games you mentioned at the same time. But it's going to be a great college football Saturday. Actually,
unreal.
Really good.
I'm going to say the intrigue of Indiana, Iowa. All of a sudden, with Indiana killing Illinois, I'm like, wait, are these guys the second or third best team? Are they the best team in the Big Ten?
Every now and then, the sharp guys get one right, and they just could not stop betting Indiana this week, and they were right on the money.
Bert Bielema, not Brett, not getting the job done at all.
No, sir. Well, who's gonna hire Signetti? I think that's the real question.
Too old.
You think so?
I'm an ageist.
How old are you?
63.
Can you say that on the air? Can you say it like
I'm old.
You're too
I wouldn't
old.
hire me. I'm done after this.
You wouldn't hire you to do radio shows or to coach Indiana's football team?
I wouldn't hire me to coach Indiana. I mean, what he's doing is he's pulling off miracles right
It's
now.
unbelievable. Seriously, unbelievable.
John, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
My 5-game card for contest, I've got the Titans plus, Vikings minus, Steelers minus 1.5, Texans plus, and Seahawks minus at 7. Nervous Nelly. All right, get on down here. Football Central opens up in 5 minutes. Bacon, egg, and cheese, I'm all over that. Sausage, egg, and cheese, I'm all over that. Breakfast burrito, yes, I'm going to have free breakfast. They've got other food items. Bucket special of just $20. Thanks to John Murray. Thanks to JBT, Adam Hill, all part of the Sunday Football Preview Show. Jess back in studio. Have a good Sunday. Win, 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 win.
I'm Gary Lawless, and game day just got bigger at Ellis Island Casino. This football season, score big with $45 all-you-can-drink packages, delicious food specials in the front yard, a new